Today, I want to talk about something called the threat bucket. Now, why might this actually be important is understanding how our nervous system or our brain works. So the best way to kind of think about what this threat bucket is, or also you can call this the stress bucket, is kind of how our brain deals with unwanted stress or unwanted threat, if you will. So if I were to scroll down here, is you want to think of your brain as a bucket here. So we have the actual bucket itself. And now at the top of this bucket, we have a little spout. So we have a little spout right here and everything. So now how our brain deals with stressors is it fills up this bucket. So thinking about everyday stressors. So one can be, say, you're not eating good food. So you have a poor diet. Say you have a lot of stress that you're dealing with at work. You got in a fight with your boss or colleagues or anything like that. Say you are having relationship issues. You got in a fight with your significant other, unfortunately, and now those stressors are going into this bucket, as well as even exercise. Because yes, exercise technically is a stressor, even though it is a good stressor for us. And then maybe even you're not getting good quality of sleep or going into this bucket. Now, as more and more stress goes in, it's starting to kind of fill up this bucket. So it keeps on filling it up, filling it up, filling up, and your brain wants to do something with this before it goes all crazy and goes everywhere here. Basically what it does is it's going to open up this spout over here and it's going to release some of this stress. Now, the most common form of what happens whenever we release this stress is going to be actual pain. So that's basically the number one that's probably going to happen. This is why stuff like old injuries start flaring up again whenever you're really stressed out. It is your brain's way of trying to get rid of some of this stress on our nervous system or on our bodies itself. This can also be released as depression. So if you are a person who has issues with depression, even anxiety, see if I can spell it right. Anxiety can actually be one of the ways that our brain releases this as. Muscle tightness can be another that happens if we are too stressed out. And even muscle weakness can be a cause of too much stress. And then the one that's really surprising is thinking about pretty much any kind of mental issues. So kind of like what we said earlier with the, depression and anxiety, but also like, ADHD, bipolarism and stuff like that could possibly be because we have too much stress on our actual nervous system. So one way to actually kind of counterbalance this stuff and kind of release this instead of it coming like this is being able to bring those threats down. How can we do that? We can look at possibly different movement systems, because if we are having, say, what's called sensory mismatch going on, our eyes are inner ear, if I can spell right, eyes, inner ear, or even our bodies are not sending proper signals to our brain, is causing sensory mismatch, which then in turn can actually add more stress to this. So by working on something like different movement systems, helping with that activation and inhibiting of the brain can actually reduce stress in our nervous system to help counterbalance these issues that could possibly be happening over here. So this is something I wanted to kind of talk about today, was just kind of a little threat bucket and understanding basically what the threat bucket is, or the stress bucket is. Think of your brain as being a bucket. And as stress goes too high, it's going to be released. The valve's going to open up. And most of the time it's going to be released as pain itself. Now, can it be depression? Yes. Can it be anxiety? Yes. Can it be muscle tightness, muscle weakness, or anything like that as a byproduct of being too stressed? Yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of a quick explanation, but don't forget to like and follow for some more. Thank you.